on their heels.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. A second down throw here for Mariota. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On the read option, it's Mariota. He may try and run for this. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Hey, wait. Get up!
They begin the drive with Coleman. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here's Coleman. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Benny Logan in there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrell Casey in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Football turned back over to Tennessee's offense, and if you look at this season on the whole, they really, I guess, haven't gotten the kind of production they'd hoped for from Mariota, Derrick Henry. I know you've been a big Mariota guy, Charles. How do you assess how he's played through the first half plus of the season?
Not up to his potential. Not up to what you would expect from the number 2 pick in his draft class. He and Jameis Winston tied at the hip that way. Winston, the number 1 guy. They don't ring the bell often enough throwing the football. And he's been playing in a run-based system for a while now. You would think their ability to throw the ball would be much improved. Has not been that way. Now, they did lose their leading receiver over the last 4 years, Delaney Walker, in week 1. He was their tight end. But they just had trouble scoring. Only topped 21 points once in the first half of the season.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Here's Mariota. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it third and goal. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Dion Lewis, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Falcons coming back out here onto the field. This has been a team that's had an interesting season. The rough start, then they picked it up some. As you look in your crystal ball going forward down the stretch, what do you see for the Falcons?
Well, I think on the surface you would think the injuries are just too much to overcome on the defensive side of the ball.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Following the interception here, Mariota escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he'll take this back all the way up.
Feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts had turned to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now Jones. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go. 3-19.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Justin Hardy deep for Atlanta. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Bryant will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 87 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. As Baltimore's offense makes their way back on the field, Charles, wanted to ask you about their running game. I mean, really, the offense has had some issues, but the running game needs to be picked up, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Alex Collins, who had such a big year last season, Buck Allen, both of them trying, but the running game does need to get kick-started. So it's a low-risk trade for Ty Montgomery, getting him from Green Bay. I think we're going to get him for a 27th-round pick. But he has experience running the football with Green Bay. And remember,
he's got it at the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 56 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Leopard. Leopard. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to step.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
To throw is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead. From 4 yards out. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Now Hardy on the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, it's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 2nd down, Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Back to the Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Crabtree, the intended receiver. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Coleman now. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Well, that was point-counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
You better talk to your boy. You better talk to your boy. Have him protect you.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. He'll get it up the middle. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. They run with Hill, and he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. Baltimore Ravens coming back out here on offense. Charles, a franchise that hasn't made the playoffs since 2014. And the way the middle part of this year has gone, it doesn't look like 2018 is going to stem that tide, does it?
It doesn't appear that way. They still have a chance if they can get hot, of course. But you're exactly right. Remember, as you mentioned, they haven't gotten to the playoffs since 2014. 4 out of the last 5 years they've missed the playoffs, which is so unusual for Baltimore and their organization. And just think of it this way. The general manager is going to retire at the end of this year. New general manager will take his place. He'll have a big decision to make about head coach John Harbaugh. At that point, does he continue forward leading this team?
Yeah, the 56-year-old Harbaugh, he's been the head man in Baltimore since 2008. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now.
Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Coleman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Gun, gun, gun.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. "14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30.
The drive starts with a run by Allen. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Montgomery a first down and then some. And down right around the 37. Time for a break. We've hit half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now it's Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. After the interception, here's Jackson being chased out left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator is relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
To throw on 2nd down, Jackson. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Buck Allen, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And some